What's up? What's going on? How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. How you doing today? Introduce yourself.
Doing well. I'm doing well. How you doing? BD3. I'm here to answer all questions. All questions.
Awesome. So, just want to get to know you a little bit more as an artist. See like where the music is coming from, what the inspiration is. So, what first got you into music? Like, what first made you want to become a rapper?
Hmm. So off top, music is just in my blood. Like I came out of the womb as an entertainer, as a performer. You know, I was in a band. I was in a choir. You know, I grew up in a very spiritual household, church folk. So and they're West Indian too, so it's a different type of church. You be in church all day. Um,
Yeah,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day. They got a
I
different
get it.
service every day. And
Mm,
back then, the saying is a child is to be seen and not heard. So if you want to say that you don't want to go to, you can't really say that you don't want to go to church.
you don't really have a choice.
You got a choice. Until you
Yeah,
grow a little hair on your chest, you can't really say what you want to say.
exactly.
Um, but I was in the choir, I was in the band, I was in the steel pan. I played the steel pan for a little bit. Um, and I always was just attracted to the arts. I kind of been rapping since I was like, not kind of, I've literally been rapping since I was 7 years old.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
so,
like, it's like, it was a thing for me. Like when I came out of the womb, I was like, oh, that's his thing. That's his thing.
yeah. So as far as like your whole family has been into music, like you've been in the church, like that's more of your background, but like do any of your other family members make music like you do?
No. What I do know is that my grandfather, my mother's father, used to play the violin. Back in Grenada, he used to play the violin. Um, but as far, and then I have some cousins, who messed in the industry. They used to produce for the Lost Boys. Um, yeah, so I have a couple of them, but like as far as like somebody who's wait, time out. And one of my first cousins, Atlanta Smith, she is an amazing vocalist from London. She is like her vocals is top notch, and her brother Lance, he's a producer. So that's actually crazy now that I'm thinking about it. No, like there is more of us. I thought it was just me, but like no, it's like more of us. It's crazy. I
Yeah,
just
think
realized
about
that
it.
too.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But like as far as like everybody in the States, nah, that's just me.
So who like first inspired you to like start rapping? Like what did you hear or what like really inspired you to really want to like do this professionally or like take it to that level where you record music?
Gotcha. So I always had a genuine belief that I was going to change the way people thought, or I was going to like push the conversation forward with the things that I have to say. I always thought that what I had to say was very important, even as a kid, right? And and I was like, you know what? I want to make sure that whatever I say goes through music because people will be able to relate to that and understand that better than just having conversations. Sometimes you can't be in the room with everybody and everybody's not going to be able to hear you, but people will
Exactly.
be able to feel you through the music. I'm a self starter. So it really wasn't anybody else that kind of got me into it. It was always me. I'm kind of like in my group and in my friends, I'm the leader. Like I'm always sparking something. Like, yo, let's do this. Yeah, I see you doing that. Yeah, you should do that. You should. That's always kind of like been my thing. But as far as like you know, outside of me, my sister, she's 11 years older than me. So she used to like put me on to so much music. Like growing up, I got put on to so much. at an early age. Plus, I grew up in the '90s, so I would watch The Box and Bobby Simmons and
Yeah.
TV raps and all of that. So, with that, and then being in the hood, being in the neighborhood, and all of those things, like it's just the culture. It's kind of like in you already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but my favorite MC is Nas. So, anytime I see Nas doing something, I was like, nah, I need to hit it like Nas did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely dope. Nas was one of the greats for sure. Um, so I wanted to ask, like, as far as the music that you create, how would you describe it? Like, how would you describe your own music?
That's a really great question. Nobody's ever asked that question to me. How I would describe it.
Yeah.
Um, I think for me right now, I make like grown folk hip hop music. You know what I mean? Like I make hip hop for grown people. I'm not a mumble rapper. I don't do too much of the other stuff. And I like those vibes.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm a little older, so like there's certain things that I did that already. I'm not really in that space, and I'm not really in that vibe. And if you listen to a lot of my music, even in the ones that are hype and you got dancing to it, you could dance to it. There's still a message there.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about the message. So the way I would categorize myself is that I would just say, man, because I feel that I deliver in different mediums and different styles and different ways. I think at the end of the day, I'm content driven. So it's about the content of my music, the content of my lyrics, um, and about the space that I want you to be in when you're here.
So, what you want people to get from your music is like you have a real message behind all the songs that you put out. Like,
Absolutely.
there's never a song that's just absent minded that you just threw together.
No,
Everything is always cohesive. You had a theme, you had a plan. It's all put together well.
absolutely. It's the way I do music is the way I speak and the way I live life, right? So like if you know me, like know me, I don't say things for no reason. I'm not a person who just says things just to say it. Like, nah, there's a reason why I said it, and there's always going to be something behind it.
Yeah.
Um, even if you took it a particular way, sometimes I find myself apologizing for the way people took things, but
Yeah.
never about what I said. You know what I mean? So it's about, no, I really meant that, but I apologize. You took
For the way you
it.
said it.
That's the way you took it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
So
you.
it's about my intentions about music is just I want people to understand the conversation because I think that the tongue is powerful, you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
and music is a universal language. So if the tongue is powerful and music is universal, then that's like a superpower. And you can't be playing around with that.
Absolutely. I never thought of it that way, but that's legit. Like, a lot of people can either really resonate with your music or either be like, I don't really feel this. Like, this is
Exactly.
not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you never honestly, when I admire artists because you always take a gamble when you put out any type of music. Like,
Right.
you never know how it's going to be received. You never know like whether people are really going to understand what message you're trying to convey or not.
Mm.
So that gamble is always like, it's always like a pinch of like, I wonder if I should even be doing this. Like, should I really just like, do you ever get like nervous when you go to put out a new project that you're really confident in, but you're just like, I don't know how they're gonna think about this. Like, do you ever get nervous or do you just not care? You're just like super confident in what you put out.
I'm definitely super confident in what I put out, but there's a record right now that I'm working on that I'm going to release. I'm not sure when I'm going to release it, but it's definitely like it's we turning the corner.
Okay.
We turning the corner on this, and that's because I like it. Like I heard the beat, and I was like, oh, I love this. I'm gonna do this, and I let a few people hear it, and they're like, yo, that's crazy because they're like, that's totally different and opposite of what I thought you would put out. And I'm like, yeah, you should never ever think that you know what somebody's going to be able to do.
Exactly.
We should be allowed to push ourselves, you know, far and further and change, and you know, we should, especially as black people, like we
Yeah,
can't
you
just be
gotta
boxed in, man.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
step out of your comfort zone. You gotta switch things up. You never know what else you could be good at. What other style could really mesh well with your voice and your tone and what you have to talk about. Like you never know.
exactly,
So you always got to step out the box and definitely try new and different things.
exactly.
Especially as a creative person, like that should be something that you're just always thinking of. You're
Yeah,
always creating new things, so why not like you can always reinvent yourself. Like you never have to stay the same person.
it's
So you
true.
can always change up your craft and not in drastic measures, but you can do different things. You can utilize different sounds and
Mhm.
just like try new things. You
Yeah,
never
I agree
know.
with you. I agree with you 100% because also, what it does is that it helps shape the whole person, right? Like, you know, like you might be real, you know, tunnel vision stuck in this way, and not realizing like how expansive you really are as a human being, you know, as a you know, as a thought, a new thought, you know, provoking person is like, yo, you're expansive. You're not here. Like you're really like
Exactly.
out there. So like you gotta embrace that. You gotta be able to go into the darkness and be like, all right, I'm with it. And
Yeah.
be able to do it.
Yeah, like that boils down to people like really taking a look within themselves and not just allowing themselves to fall to the wayside, Like you can't just stick to one little bubble and feel like that's the whole world. There's so much out there. Like there's so much out there you could be doing. There's so much out there to explore. You never want to hold yourself back.
That's a fact.
So let's talk about this latest EP that you just dropped. And you just dropped the video for Say Less, which was
Yes, I did. Say less.
absolutely. I love that track. My favorite actually is Dedication.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that joint.
Do you feel like dedication like speaks to
It
you?
speaks to me as a woman.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Mhm,
love this.
mhm, mhm.
I don't know if that was like the
That's
point
fine.
or if that was what you wanted, but I
Yes.
don't know if it was even like specifically for women, but I just felt it like spiritually.
Nah,
I was like, this is for me. I know this is for me.
absolutely, that was absolutely for you, for every woman, for every woman. Like I literally was listening to the joint and I was like, nah, I know exactly what to do here. And it was dedicating, you know, to the women in the world because, you know, you guys work really, really hard, man, and you face so many things on a daily basis and you don't necessarily get your credit. You know, especially sisters. They don't get their credit. So I'm letting you know. Nobody tell you. I'm telling you I appreciate you. Okay? Dedicating that to you, to y'all, all of y'all. Appreciate you.
I don't know that track just like because I just recently like listened to the whole project, but like I always replay Dedication. Like I always listen to that one or two times. Got to listen to that in a couple times in a row.
And
But
dedication.
I fuck with the video for Say Less though. How did that come about?
Oh man, that was directed by myself and Tremello from Wave Vision. It was supposed to. So we wanted to do something. You know, we were sitting down and you know I was kind of looking at my past videos, and I love every video brings a different element. Is like a different step. You'll be stepping higher and higher. And for Say Less, because Say Less was such a different sound that's very different from a lot of my other records. Like I said, I always like to switch it up.
Yeah.
I was like, well, let's switch the video up. You know, let's give them like you know one of them old school white screen joints, but let's bring it a little bit modern and you know let's focus on the performance. And I had my daughter in there with me. I had the homies in there with me. So it was a feel good video, and I
Yeah.
wanted people to feel good about it when they saw it. And get a little bit of my personality because you know I like to clown around a lot. So you know.
So what was the push behind that song? Like what was the message you're trying to convey with Say Less?
All right. So to be quite honest with you, Say Less is really like it almost is like an expose or critique on the way people think about money. You know, people. There's always like, yo, you gotta get this, you gotta get this money, you gotta get this money, and yeah, we gotta get this money. We all wanna like,
Exactly. We
we
all
all wanna
trying to
take
make
it.
it.
We all wanna chase. We all wanna chase.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, you gotta you gotta equate what success means to you. And sometimes, people's voices are louder than their actions. So sometimes you gotta tell a motherfucker, say less. Like, you don't know how I'm doing and how I'm getting it and the way I've deemed my path and my success and my road to what I want is how I'm doing mine. Everybody checking everybody's pockets, but you're not supposed to check people's pockets. Worry about your shit. Say
Exactly.
less. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do
Exactly.
me how I'm doing me. Yeah.
Like, yeah, like just a lot of more people need to just stay in their lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in
You
your
know?
lane, please.
Stay
Like,
in your lane.
mind your business. Do what you're doing. I'm minding my business. I'm doing what I'm doing. Mind your business. Just
Yeah, man.
stay where
Because when you get addicted to that lifestyle of trying to keep up with the Joneses or trying to do shit for the gram or this, that, and the third, then you become a hoe to the money. You know what I mean? You become a hoe to the money. You become a hoe to the likes, to the followers. Like they use a hoe. So like get yourself together, and freaking like control it. Or you want to be a hoe? Cool. Control your wholeness. Like, you
at
know what I
least,
mean? Like,
like,
yeah,
at least have a lid on it. Like,
yeah,
there's some type of lid on it, please.
yeah. Be in control of your shit. If it's all about the money, cool. But be in control of your shit. Don't let the money control you. You control the money.
Absolutely.
That's all. That's literally what Say Less is about. You know, like really, quiet. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
But
got I got this. Like, yeah, don't worry. Yeah,
and then the last track, Motivation. How
yes.
did that track come about?
Uh, so motivation. Sitting down in the studio, and I just heard a joint that it reminded me of like the baby or something like that, like one of those tracks that the baby would do. And I'm really about pushing myself out into the pockets where people would not necessarily think that they can hear me, right? Because a lot of people when they hear my voice, they think like, oh, he about to hear me with this '90s rap and this, that, and the third, and I'm like, that's cool. I could do anything really, if, however I feel like, however I want. So that day I felt like, you know, talking some shit that will help motivate people. You know what I mean? Like that will help motivate people. First, I was telling the motherfucker to say less. I got this. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
Then I'm telling ladies, I'm like, yo, we appreciate you. You know what I mean? Do your thing, and when you get home, twerk if you want, because you've been busting your ass all day, right? And now I'm like, shit, I want it all, and I want you to want it all. So let's go get it.
Absolutely.
It's all
The
statements.
trifecta. It's a
Yeah, it's a
trifecta. It's
trifecta.
the
It's all
perfect
statements.
three. You got something for the ladies. I feel seen. I feel
Mm-hmm.
heard.
Mm-hmm.
I feel appreciated.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do.
Then you got something to tell niggas to calm the fuck down. Just relax in life, honestly. Just
Yeah,
relax. Stay in
yeah.
your lane
Like
and
love
relax.
and light, like chill.
Exactly. And then you got something to also motivate these niggas to go get to the bag if they don't got it already.
Absolutely.
And even if you do got it already, I know you want more. So go get to it.
Well, go get to it. Whatever you want, like whatever you feel like you want, go motivate and go get that. Like, do
Exactly.
it. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it or why you're not doing it. Like the
I
only
mean,
thing that's in between you and success is you.
it's yourself. It's yourself. You gotta want it for yourself hard enough to like go out there and fight for it. For real, for
Absolutely.
real. Work super hard for it because it's not easy. I promise. I
Absolutely.
promise
That's
it's
a
not.
fact. That's a fact. That's all fact.
So I did want to ask, like, what's your creative process? Like, when you go in to make a song, are you more of the type to like write out all of your lyrics, or are you like a bar for bar? Are you more like freestyle? Like, what's your normal process?
So that also depends on like the space that I'm in. Like, I like to write. Writing is very important. But I've gotten to the stage in my career where I just go on the mic and I just do whatever that comes out. You know, so I don't want it to sound like, you know, one of those little Jay Z, Lil Wayne type shits where I just write. I don't write. I just go. But that's true though for me. I don't necessarily write anymore. I'll go in. I'll have an idea. I'll mumble to myself a little bit. I'll go in, and then I'll record as much as I can. Then I'll stop. Now listen to it. Listen back to it, and then the next part will come to me, and then I will go and do that. Stop, listen to it, and then I'll go back again. It's like one of those kind of like almost like a relay race with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's other times where I would kind of like scat, like those old jazz musicians, like a scat, and then I'll do it to the flow of how I want it to go.
Yeah.
And then I got that flow, and then I just fill in the words with the flow that I freestyle to, and then that's the song. So it depends on like the space that I'm in.
So as far as like inspiration for the topics for the songs, like it's just whatever comes to your mind.
Yeah, but you know, more than yes, but also, you know, 99.9% of the records you hear me do, um, like I said, is intentional. Like I don't really like to say anything if I don't mean it, and usually it's because something happened. You know what I mean, or something. You know, it's like it's a part of me somewhere. So the dedication, you could kind of even hear it in the lyrics, but I'm talking about a particular woman. You know what I mean? Like like I kind of modeled it after a few of my homegirls that I know currently, and I was talking about their situation, um, and it was funny because when they heard the song, they was like, "You're talking about me," and I was like, "Maybe," you know what I mean? Like maybe like I used
Reference.
right as a reference. I used some of your likeness, but not
Yeah.
all of it. Um, the Say Less came through real simple. Me and my brother Walkie Y, we was just chilling, and we always cracking jokes, going back and forth. And I said something like, "Say less, say less, quiet." You know, we was just going back and forth. And then after I heard that beat, I was like, oh, I was like, yo, I want to talk my shit because I don't normally do that. You know, sometimes it's like, you know, peace, peace, God is all, this is love. But I was like,
But
man, I'm a Gemini, so you don't know. Like it's a lot over here.
yeah.
It's just like we got two sides.
Sometimes you gotta unleash that. Like you gotta just talk your shit. Like you
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
able to talk your shit sometimes,
yeah.
and don't
So
hold back. Like you can't be humble all the time.
no, and not fake humble either, because that's
Yeah.
one thing I'm not. I'm not fake humble. Sometimes it's just like, yo, roll back on me. I got this. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
I
baby.
did I did like what you said about like your process kind of being like a relay ray with yourself, because I feel like that allows you the room to be as creative as you really want. Like
Yeah.
you can go and listen to a beat and just lay down whatever you're feeling at the time, and if it happens to coincide with a certain theme, you could go along with it, or you could just continue to bounce back off of yourself and just create whatever is coming based off of what you've already said. I feel
Right.
like it's authentic in a sense that you're competing with yourself. And it's genuine in the fact that it's off the dome. Like you don't have to really write anything out. Like you're just listening to yourself, competing with yourself, and going off of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a dope it's a dope process. Also, because because of quarantine. Quarantine really made me do that even more because I'm in the crib. You know, you could tell I got the mic right behind me.
Yeah.
You know, I got my home set up, so I light an incense or I light a Palo Santo and a candle, and I just get ahead and I just go do my thing.
Yeah.
Um, and not usually, all of the time, the music will dictate what the topic will be. The music tells me what to do. I don't tell the music what to do. I never do. Um, when I was younger, I used to write raps and then try to fit them to beats,
Yeah.
and that was cool. But I graduated long, long, long time from that. Now, like for years, the music is telling me what to do, not me telling it. Yeah,
So you never go in the booth like with an idea of what you're going to talk about. Like you just have to listen to the music and then it just kind of comes to you of what you feel like this type of beat represents or what type of message should be spread over this beat.
absolutely. Because I'm a firm believer in composition, music composition. And in hip hop, rappers beat the beat up. They beat it up. They are
Yeah.
they beat the beat up. They compete with the beat. They go on it. You know. Um, and in other genres, they complement the beat. You got to think about it like a relationship, right? If we're in a relationship, I'm not trying to outdo you. You know, like we in this together. So wherever you lack, that's where I'm gonna show up. And wherever I lack, that's where you gonna show up. And that's how relationships stay strong. Um, and I think about the relationship to the music. Do I want to show the music who's a boss? You know what I mean? Like, or do I want to like live in harmony with the music?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it really depends on how it goes because if I approach it that way, then the music will then in return submit to me. I don't have to be so aggressive with it if I come to it and I'm like, yo, what we doing?
Yeah, what's up? What's the vibe?
What's the vibe?
Yeah.
And then the music is like, oh, so there's respect here. I'm like, of course there's respect here. So now the music submits to me. And now we could do what we do. That's how I think about it, at least.
Honestly, nobody's ever said that to me before or thought of it in a way where they're not like, I don't know if people or other artists really feel like they're competing with the beat. I feel like some people do feel like it's a task to kind of keep up with whatever beat that they're on with. But like you said, if you create like a true harmony, it really just flows from there, which is
Yeah.
nice. And it allows you to kind of switch your flow up per beat. So nothing ever really stays the same. It allows for a, a definite type of versatility.
And that's what it's about. It's about like longevity, right? And switching shit up and never having the same day and just enjoying the connection between you and the music, you know. Because I work with a lot of live musicians, a lot of musicians, and there's a difference between when I work with them and then when like just some regular run of the mill rapper works with them because they have to kind of create a space and a pocket for the rapper
Hmm.
because the rapper is not trained to listen to the music like that. They're not trained to go in and out of the pocket. They're not trained. They're just trained to like I got this hot 16. I got 100 bars. I
Exactly.
spit 100 bars. What up? We get it. I'm like, all right,
Try
brother,
to
come on down.
fit it
Yeah,
in.
chill. Yeah, yeah. Like, relax. Relax. Chill out. Why you doing so much, man? You don't need to do that much because if you did less, it'll sound better.
Because then you got to like fight to fit that into whatever beat is already there or pre-made. Like, because your words are pre-made and whatever you're trying to put out. So, I mean, I understand your process wholeheartedly. And I feel like it allows for the most creative space to be formed around you because you're only competing with yourself. You allow yourself to harmonize with the music as opposed to trying to bite its head off.
Right.
But I also respect, the process of listening to a beat and writing out what you want to say. Like
Absolutely.
that's valid as well. Like that works as well. It's not like you have something that's pre-written. You're listening to the beat and you write as it goes, and then you decide to lay it down.
Mm-hmm.
No issue with that process either. But I
Right.
feel like once you come in with something, that you already had an idea for, you already have lyrics for, and you're trying to like fit it in, but you had a melody in your head when you were saying it. Like that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that part kind of screws people up in some sense, and that's when you hear like songs where it seems like the artist is trying to like chomp at the beat versus like just trying to rap.
Go with it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when that artist needs to create something from the ground up and not try to fit a square peg into a circle. Oh, like just don't do that. Like you jamming it down there, don't jam it.
Yeah.
Like be nice to
Just let
it.
it be what it is. Like let it
Yeah, be
flow.
nice to it. Yeah, let it flow. Be nice to
So I did want to ask, are there any artists that you're like trying to collab with? Anyone that you like have your eye on that you'd like to collab with? I know you have a collab with Walkie Walk coming out.
it. Yes, yes. No Ceilings remix, baby.
Go for that, because that's my
Coming
joint.
out.
I fuck with Walkie heavy. That's my joint for real.
Yeah, I think it's coming out this Friday, man. Like I told him, I was like, you got it. Like this gotta have a remix. I forced him to have a remix. He ain't even want it. I was like, nah, bro, we
Yeah,
gotta do a remix, and I
nah,
gotta be on
this
it.
is gonna be dope. This is gonna be dope. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited. So, is there anyone else that you like really want to work with, or anyone that you're like really eyeing to see like?
Okay. Other, you know, what I mean, my brother, I always work with him. You know, he's part of my team. S for life. Um, and then of course I work with my band True Culture. Um, but if it was like, you know, almost like my bucket list of people who I
Yeah.
would love to work with. I well, number one, I would love to work with Most Def. Off top, I would love to work with. Um, this just came to my mind. Georgia Smith. I love her voice.
Mhm.
Love her voice, man. Um, I would like to work with Children of Zeus. They're these two cats out of London. They do like this R&B mixed with reggae and like some neo soul. It's a vibe. It's a
I
vibe.
gotta check it out.
It's a vibe. Children of Zeus. They fire. Um, I don't really want to work with too much rappers, man. I don't really like a lot of these niggas is corny to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean, and then the people who I already like, you know, like I like the young cats coming up, and you know, I like my circle, but
Mhm.
like as far as like big famous people, like nah, I like my peoples to do
Yeah.
my thing.
I
You
mean,
know what
like
I
as
mean?
far as like, are you like, have you spotted anybody in Brooklyn that you want to work with? Like anybody that's like around you and your brothers? Anybody that you want to like collab
Hmm,
with?
I want to collab. This is a hard question because unfortunately I listen to myself, my people, and the classics. I
Oh,
don't really listen
okay.
to, yeah, I don't really listen to too
Yeah.
many folks. But you know what though? The Real Rich is somebody who I think he coming up. I like his vibe, but I know him. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't really think about it like that. That's somebody that a collab could come like this. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's nothing.
I think that would be a dope collab. But
Yeah,
I'm biased. I'm a Rich fan, so
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think anything would be a dope collab. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
He
think that would be dope.
and he been stepping it up on the harmonies and the
Absolutely.
melodic tip too. I've been seeing him do that. You know what I mean? And he always, you know, he's a big supporter of me, so I support him too.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, I don't really listen to these niggas like that. Man. Like, I'm keeping real with you, like, yo,
Okay.
I'm in my bag, man. I ain't really worried about too much people, man. And just like they ain't worried about me, so
Yeah.
I ain't worried about
You-
them.
Like you
Nah, it's,
said, stay in
yeah,
your lane. So I feel
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
stay in your lane. You doing what you
Yeah.
gotta do. Focus. That's
It's
it.
also yeah, it's also difficult for people to get on the track with me and keep up. So
Ooh,
I wanna be
okay.
respectful about
Okay. Okay. I heard you. I heard you.
that. Be
No
respectful.
problem. So what's
Respect.
up next? I know you just dropped this EP. I know you just dropped a video for Say Less. You got No Ceilings remix coming out.
Yeah.
Working. I feel you.
I'm,
I
I'm
see you
working.
out here working. What's going on? What's up next?
Okay, so we got new No Ceilings remix coming out Friday. I got a lot of stuff that's out. So you got We got Trois pour Trois with Say Less. The video is out. You know, we doing a video for every song on that joint, so you know that's coming. Um,
Okay.
I got Sunnydale too, which Sunnydale, the first was an album that I put out. We doing the second part to that Sunnydale too. That's coming out later. I got a joint with a dope jazz player. He's a part of dope saxophone player. It's part of my band True Culture. His name is FK Jazz. We got a joint coming out soon. I got a joint out right now with his brother named Marlon McClain, you know, old school legend, like, you know, dude produced for Charlie Wilson
Ooh.
and you know, freaking cats from New Edition, all types of shit.
Oh,
So I
damn.
got a joint with him called Ain't No Stopping. That's out right now. But as far as like what's coming down the pipeline,
Yeah.
we got all the videos for Trois pour Trois. We got No Ceilings remix. We got Sunnydale 2. Um, and then I'm gonna put out another EP called Tres Leches. You know what I mean? So we're gonna
Tres
put that out.
leches.
Tres
Tres
Leches.
leches.
Tres Leches.
Okay, okay.
Put out
Heard
Tres
you.
Leches. You know, and we just focusing. We focusing on the music. We focusing on the visuals, and we focusing on the merch. Right now, my man Milwaukee Wild got the No Sims merch out.
Oh,
You
I
know
need
what I
that
mean?
sweatshirt, man.
We got the
I
Snow
need
Sims
that
merch
joint.
out. We're about to put our hats back out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have some Trois pour Trois merch out. Say less, motivation, dedication. All of those are statement pieces. So each
Absolutely.
statement gonna have its own piece.
I flex with it.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
respect it.
So
I respect
and
it.
we got a lot coming down the pipeline.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Tres leches sounds like I wanna try and guess what the vibe is gonna be for that, but I'm not going to.
It's a vibe. It's a
I feel like it's gonna be a dope vibe though. We expecting that this year. That's like in the pipeline down the way.
vibe. So wait, say that last part again.
Tres leches. That's like this year or in the
Yeah,
pipeline.
it's definitely this year. It's definitely everything is gonna be this year. Like like I'm gonna turn it up like crazy. Right now I'm chilling because Say Less is out and I got a lot of features. So I don't want to put out my particular material when I have these features out. I want that to give some room to breathe. No
Yeah,
Ceilings remix about to come out. I'm not gonna put something out literally the next 2-3 weeks. Like let
yeah.
that breathe, let it have its own space, let
Hmm.
everything have its own space. And then when it's time, I got that hat shot Jim Duggan, right? Like, bam,
Yeah.
down with
Okay. I feel you. I feel you.
it.
So,
But yeah.
as they say, July 1st, New York City is going to open back up. I'm excited.
Woo!
So, how we feeling for performances this summer? You trying to book a few gigs? You trying to?
Yeah, man. Listen, you know, if anybody here that's out there, you want to book me, just hit me up, BD3S@gmail.com. But yeah, I already got some things lined up, some festivals, and got a festival in Massachusetts.
Mhm.
Um, we got a couple of gigs in New York. We got some gigs in New Jersey, a festival in New Jersey. Um, really like tri-state. Um, nothing, nothing outside of the country as of yet because we don't know about the travel. Um,
Yeah,
and I'm not, I'm not down with the
with the
vaccinations.
vaccine. Nah.
I'm not really down with that shit unless it's like a mandatory vibe, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not really putting no foreign agents in my body. I'm not doing that. Not and not just because like I'm not.
Yeah.
Um, but you know we gotta see what the temperature is like, and we also gotta see we also gotta see what the you know we gotta see what the temperature is like. We gotta see what the temperature is like
Yeah.
because we got a couple things lined up, and I want to come out there and I want to like I miss the stage.
I was about to say, what song off of Trois pour Trois do you want to perform the most? Like, which one do you feel you're gonna have the most energy performing? I feel like it's gonna be Say Less, but it could be Motivation. It
Yeah,
could
it
be
could be
Motivation.
motivation. It could
Yeah.
be motivation. It could be motivation, but it depends on what crowd we at.
Yeah.
All right? Say less. I feel like
Mhm.
everybody gonna vibe with say less. That's gonna be the joint for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, motivation is gonna be more hip hop. Like if we in a when the hip hop is gonna be like they gonna love that.
Yeah,
Dedication, definitely the ladies is gonna love that vibe.
absolutely.
Yeah, they gonna love that vibe. But I think Say Less is like is all encompassing. That's gonna be the one that's gonna really get everybody like. It's a vibe. It make you want to dance. Make you.
Yeah,
It's a vibe.
it's a lit vibe, especially because I'm sure everybody is gonna be outside this summer. Like, there's no like, I don't think any of us really want to be inside at all.
Nope.
To be honest, a
Nope.
lot of us do not. I know I don't. I feel
Nope.
you.
Nope.
I want
Nope.
to be outside. I want to listen to good music. I want to have drinks. I want to like, and that's what concerts are for. So I'm excited.
Yep.
Ready
Yep.
to
I was
see
just
like,
yeah. I was just at a listening event for one of my guys, Marcus Machado, and it was super dope to see people in the space and enjoying live music, enjoying music and drinking and just having a good time. It was just
absolutely.
I missed that. And, I got on stage and I did my little 1-2, and I was like, yeah, we need to get back
Yes, I'm
ASAP.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch my people perform. I'm ready to see like everybody's dropped a lot of dope projects, like dope singles. Like everybody's been dropping like really good shit. I guess this like pandemic really helps a lot of people develop their artistry, you know?
Yeah, you got to do something.
So I'm ready to see everybody perform their music because that's when you can really see it, you know? Like that's when you really feel it. At least for me, that's how it
Yeah,
works for me. Yeah.
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, like now we see if you're really serious in your live show. When we see a live show, we see if you're serious about this or was this is a quarantine thing. You know what I mean? Like either you was what was you doing? You was rapping and making banana bread. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Either
what you was
one,
doing?
like that's what you was doing. You was either focused on making music or you was learning some new recipes.
Yeah, finding some new recipes or something. But yeah, man, like the get back gonna be the get back is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
absolutely. I'm excited. I can't wait. I got shows I gotta go to here. I got shows I gotta go to back home. I'm stoked. Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with it. I'm with it.
So last question.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing this for a little while. As you said, you've been rapping since the age of 7. You've been actually like recording music and making music for a while now. What advice do you have to anyone that's trying to like become a rapper or make music or anything like that?
Don't do it. nah,
Positive
nah.
vibes.
No, do it if you want to, but don't fuck around with it, man. That's all. Respect it. Respect it like you would respect any craft. The thing about rapping and MCing is that everybody think that they could do it. Everybody feel like they got a high 16, they could do it, and that's cool. Everybody can dribble a ball, but everybody can't go to the NBA, right? Like in order for people to go to the A, they got to put in that work. They got to be scouted. They got to do this. They got to put in that time. And for
Absolutely.
me, it's about like, yo, like if you want to be a doctor, you got to put in that time, that work. You got to get them degrees, them letters behind your name. You got to put in that work. It's the same for music. Don't show up in our arena without doing the work. Do the
Absolutely.
work. So that's what I would say. If you really want to do this, you can't just be like thinking that you're gonna get on automatically off of one song and some TikTok. Like you might,
That's
but
but
but will you be able to sustain it?
mhm.
I mean, you got and do you are you gonna love it? I mean, because there's gonna be some times where you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
And you got to be able to pull through that. So, like, respect the game. That should be it.
absolutely. That's dope advice.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate
Yo,
it. This was a dope conversation. It was nice
appreciate
getting to
you.
know you as an artist, getting into your artistry. Really appreciate
Absolutely,
it. Looking
absolutely.
forward to the rest of these visuals, especially for dedication.
Hey,
About
we
that.
gonna we gonna make that happen.
All right, boss. Have a good day. All right.
Please take care.